I feel this energy from you that is prickly, and it is coming from you. It's like things are rising up inside of you that you just can't figure out why, but it is also very familiar. It's like you're facing your shadow self. So that's why we have smoky quartz today, to help you absorb all the energies that are here around you, so that you can filter them and have a better access to these energies, so that you can deal with them in your own time. The time is right now, but you can deal with them without suffering. You don't have to suffer to deal with your issues. You can do it with love, and hence I'm reaching out to you with these crystals, the smoky quartz, and help you absorb these energies. I have already shuffled your oracle cards, and we are pulling out, yes, Aquarius, collaboration. When it comes to Aquarius, we should always look at the planet that is its lord. Saturn not only represents our karma is the deeds that we do, it also represents our dark side. And what is our dark side is not something that is bad, but something that we suppress. It's like every time you look at Saturn, it is impossible to understand Saturn without understanding Jupiter first. When we live in a country, a city, a society, there are some things that are acceptable and some things that are not. And even if it's most common, natural aspects of our life, some societies ban them. And this just makes us feel horrified regarding our own natural nature, and we reject ourselves. So where we are acting from, what we are acting, what actions we take in our day-to-day lives, the decisions we make are based on what is acceptable in the society, which makes us feel a good person. But our personalities and what we are and what our soul is and what our purpose is not always accepted by society, because societies are different from each other. There is diverse forms of societies and communities because they differ from each other in one or two aspects. So when we are facing our shadow self, it is the self of ours which we ignore because it makes us feel bad about ourselves. And the more we try to ignore ourselves, the more resistance we create in accepting ourselves. And that is why when we are looking at Aquarius is the sign of rebellion. This is time for you to rebel against yourself. The self that feels comfortable being accepted by everyone, loved by everyone. You are not a bad person, a horrible person, or a criminal just because you listen to your own intuitions that tell you to do what is very natural in other parts of the country. Your karma is given to you by God, by the universe. It is fated in your life. When you are making actions happen in your life, it is always guided by the divine. And then it comes from the solar aspect. It comes from the soul, the divine, and then it comes into the physical form, and you experience it in your day-to-day life as a human being in the physical realm. And even here there is a hand which is that of yours, and then a hand of divinity, because you're never alone. Your light side and your dark side both belongs to the divinity, and it has always been so. I feel this prickly feeling like a porcupine. I've been thinking about a porcupine since I woke up this morning, because I feel from the aura around that you are afraid of becoming a person who is not liked by people, who is misunderstood by people. Like, you're afraid of being different from everyone else, and you're fed up. You're fed up with that now. You're at an age or in a time in your life where you're just fed up with this, and you want to start a fresh new outlook. So when we look at Six of Cups, success always comes after 5, and 5 is the change aspect, and 6 is starting afresh. Because once there is a storm that has destroyed everything, it gives the opportunity for community to rebuild itself in a new way. And in India, we have always thought that the crows always represent, when they are on a house and they are screaming, they always represent that there is a guest who is coming. And when our elders, our ancestors die, and there is a time, there are days and holidays when we pray to our ancestors by feeding food to the crows, because we imagine that they come from the spiritual realms and they can bring messages from our ancestors to us, and our prayers and our good wishes from our karma to our ancestors, because we are always connected. So when it comes to Six of Cups, you are on the verge of creating a new life for yourself, and I am here to tell you that I think of Elsa right now, because I've never looked at this part of this card ever again before, but now I do. It's this prickly feeling that you are rejecting everything, like you're pushing people away and you're being rude to people, and then there's this, you are no longer willing to accept what you used to accept very easily. I don't know why I can't say that word anymore today. And you just can't put up with this. And every time you do something that your brain knows is just right, that part of yourself, that instinctive part of yourself, which is very well trained, is feeling guilt for just doing the right thing, because you're not being nice anymore, and it is hurting you. And I'm here to tell you, you're gonna reach a point in a few days where you won't be, because I have to tell you, the pendulum of fate always swings, the pendulum of energy always shifts, and it always comes back to the center. You have lived on your light side for so long, you have been accepted and liked, and you have felt like you're a good person for so long, that at some point the potential energy that was created, because the pendulum was stuck at one point, had to swing. There was a force that was put on it, obviously, but it swung with full force and it is going the other way. So right now you are at a point where you are really angry, and you're thinking about the things that have happened in the past and how you let yourself down, and there is this whole globe that I can feel. Oh my god, it just fell down. But okay, the devil, but it was upside down. It fell down, it was upside down, and I guess I just held it in my hand, and it was upside down. The devil is upside down. This is hard to understand, especially if you don't live in India, or you have not understood or heard about Hinduism and what they believe in. The devil is not exactly what you think it is. There are 4 different time cycles which bring about a different part of human species and what they go through. There is Satyug, then there is Treta Yuga, then there is Dwapar Yuga, and then there is Kali Yuga. And they say that this is the time when it is Kali Yuga, when man goes through all the degradations. Nothing is off limits. But this is also the time when God is actually closest to you. Because if you just say the name of God, God would be there. And this is also the time, this is the time of cleansing. The devil is a player. Kali creates all these Ras Leelas where he tests people. He gives them opportunities to be bad. And being bad does not mean that you're being cruel to people. No, it means if you're being cruel to yourself. Because when you fully accept yourself as a whole, as a soul, as a person in every realm and dimension, you are complete and you have already become one with God. And the devil wants to separate you. It just wants you to be this physical person who has no connections to anything else. What is here is only here. And you know how devil works. And I'm not saying the devil in the traditional sense of Christianity or anything else. And even in Hinduism, the way we think about devil is not the same. There is Wali and then there is Kali. There are whole different entities who have different roles, and all of them are important. In Hinduism, we accept all forms of gods because everything comes from the same, the zero. It is masculine, it is feminine, it is good, it is bad, it is creative, it is tamas, it is rajas. There are whole different aspects of God, which is just one God. It's just one single point which can become everything. So when you accept yourself as a human being in all of your forms, your soul, your mind, your body, your destiny, when you accept all of it, you become one with God. But the way devil works is with fear. Because the more a community, people, a person, individual fears, the more they close on to themselves, and the more they feel stuck here in the physical realm, in this physical realm, not understanding that there is no escape because you are not a prisoner here. You are a manifestation of a higher soul which is living this dimension here. And you cannot understand it right now. It is because there is fear in your heart. But this card is upside down. The devil is upside down. This is the time when you're actually shunning everything that does not feel right to you. Like what your soul is, what your destiny is, nobody else can tell you that. You get to decide what is for you and what is not for you. So this is a new era for you. This is a brand new era for you. And all you need to hear at this moment is that just let it go. Because as the pendulum was here and it swung the other way, eventually it is gonna stop in the middle and you get to rise up to the next level and get to experience a new pendulum. Because the only way to escape the pattern of a pendulum is to rise above that level, because then the pendulum just stops. There is a whole lot of stuff that I couldn't explain because this is a small video, but look at that Wheel of Fortune. I do not have to explain to you because I have been explaining Wheel of Fortune to you this whole time in the name of pendulum. But the wheel is turning in your favor, and this time when it is turning in your favor, all the parts of yourself, all the aspects of yourself would be in one place. Just like God, who is omnipotent, you would understand that God also lives inside of you. All of your parts, all of your dreams, all of your future, your past, the people you have met in your life, in this life, and everything that happened, everything belongs to the universe, to the God, and it also belongs to you, because you have everything that you need in your mind and in your soul. The only thing that can hinder you is your fear. The spider never gets caught in its own web, but everything else does. You know why? Because it does not fear its own creation. And also it is evolved to be so. But this channel is about metaphors and symbolisms and understanding ourselves. So that was your reading. And before you go, I want to recharge your energy with the smoky quartz again. So stick around. Imagine there are two circles, so one golden and one silver, and they are doing their jobs. Inhale and exhale. Imagine that circle, both of those circles expanding and rising and covering your aura. You're safe, you're secure, and I love you. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.